Hello, fellow warriors. My name is DarkDagger, and today we're going to be looking at a new hero that will be in the game very shortly. This hero will be available for the winners of the previous hero contest we held last spring and the top players in the Boggy Arena event. In a future arena, Grokk will be available as the mainline reward, so if you don't have him right now, you will be able to obtain him in a later event. So today, though, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you everything about Grokk and his abilities. You can also check out his channel trailer. That'll be, I think, somewhere up there. Probably that's where they'll put it. Anyway, there'll be a link in the top corner there. Just go check it out when you have time after you watch this video. But today we're going to be checking out his abilities, the descriptions. We're just going to talk a little bit. We're also going to be playing some raiding games, and during these battles we're going to be testing out many different things and hopefully gain some insight. All right, everyone, let's dive in and meet Grokk, our new favorite grandpa shroom. Anyway, let's take a closer look at his description and his abilities. So first off, I'm going to read his description for you guys. And his tribe is the shrooms, his class is universal, and his difficulty is medium. I think obviously everyone knows he's from the shrooms tribe. You can tell by the background and just basically how he looks. His description says he's the oldest from the shrooms tribe, and for many years he wandered the caves where slugs and moths were his only company. He strives for balance and peace, but his methods cannot be considered to be peaceful. So he kind of is like a Star Wars Force vibe there, and he kind of knows like the light side and the dark side, but he chooses to be on the dark side. Maybe he should be part of the Grims, I don't know. But let's just talk about his abilities really quick. So first up, we have the tactical maneuver, and let's just watch the video first for it, and then we'll just read the description and then see. So looks like you apply it to an enemy building and you'll get units out of it. But let's read the description after we've just seen this a couple times. So it sends 25% of the units from the chosen building to your closest building, and the sent units become the player's units. So what I'm getting here is that it's kind of like a Mardio third, but with less units. I think with Mardio's third it's like 75%, or maybe I'm wrong on that, but it's a higher number because it's a third, and this is a first, so it makes sense that it's a lower number. You'll see there that it's 25%, or on the highest level 5, it's 30 units. So I guess whatever would be less in that case. Sometimes 25% would be less, or 30 units would be less than 25%. So whatever's less, that's what it'll go off of. Anyway, let's go to the second ability here, the life cycle, and we'll kind of do the same thing here. We'll just watch the video and then we'll read the description and then talk about it. So you apply it to your own building, and when a player attacks, it looks like the building will downgrade, but it'll give you some units, and you don't lose that building there. So life cycle, apply to your building. If the number of units in the building drops to 0 during an enemy attack while the ability is in effect, then the level of the building will be reduced by 1, and 20 units will appear in the building. So it looks like what you can do is you need to obviously apply it to a building that's level 2 or higher for it to work. But in the case of many different hero interactions, if you're getting a massive attack into one building, if you apply it, you might be able to hold the building then, even though it might cost you a few downgrades. You might be able to hold the building over a massive attack. It might be even useful against some other hero abilities too that downgrade the level of your building. Say maybe Satoshi's first, where they have that temporary downgrade, but you apply it there. Although you don't have a lot of defense on that level 1 village, then you would still be able to defend with extra units there. It'll probably give you, 20, 40, however many downgrade, how many units downgrade, how many levels that it'll downgrade. It'll give you 20 units for each. So, you might lose 2 levels. You might get 40 units there. So the duration of the ability is 10 seconds. So you can kind of maybe apply it a little bit before an attack. So you don't have to be very precise with it. You just got to make sure that it's the right building. But otherwise, you don't have to be very precise with it, since it does go for 10 seconds there. Next up, we have the Army of Slugs. And so let's just watch the video here like we've been doing. Just waiting for it to load here. Oh, all right. So we have the Army of Slugs. Looks like you apply it to your own buildings. Your units are getting shot, but they're duplicating. And you're able to take that building with a lot of units. That's interesting. It kind of looks like they're flashing too. So let me read the description here. So Army of Slugs turns the player's units into slugs. Slugs leave a sticky trace behind them, which slows down the enemy troops. And if the slug dies, 2 new slugs can appear instead of it. So, it kind of is like, I want to say like an Ankh third, where, you got the Ring of Slow-Mo, and also like a Scar first, where you have a chance to duplicate, but it's without the invisibility portion of it. So you can kind of like duplicate your troops, but also leave like a sticky thing that slows down enemy units. It also looks like if I'm seeing that correctly, the friendly units also kind of slow down a little bit. Actually, maybe they don't, but I'm thinking since they're slugs, they do slow down a little bit. There. But anyway, let's look at the parameters here. So you got the enemy's slowdown percentage. So I guess that's how effective the slowdown speed is. We have the duration of the trace effect, which is basically the area where the units would be slowed down from the enemy. So if they got caught in that field where the slowdown goo, I want to say goo from the slugs happen, they'll get slowed down by 50%, and that area where that happened, it'll stay for 10 seconds there. You can only apply it to 30 units, and the number of splits is 3 times. So I guess what that means is if one of your units dies, it can split into 2. Then if you shoot it again, it can split into another 2. And then if you shoot it one more time, it can split one more time. But then after that, the units would die. So you can only split 3 times. So I guess in this case, 30 units could go up to 120. But then after that, they would die. So it's kind of like you could actually get a lot of units. Three splits, that's a lot of units. Like you could turn 30 units into 120 units. That's pretty good. It's kind of interesting too. Anyway, let's look at the last ability here, the Dome of Moths, and we're just gonna watch the video again. And so it looks like it applied to a friendly village, and it's just like a shield. It looks like a shield, like a Mario 4th or something. But applied to a friendly village. Oh, I missed that at first. It also kills your own units. So kind of like a boggy first in there, or maybe not a boggy first, but more like invincibility from Ankh's second. Like it gives you like invincibility plus the surrounding areas also gets invincibility. Anyway, let's read the description here. So Dome of Moths apply to your own building, and as long as there are troops in the building, an ever-growing dome of moths which kill the enemy troops is formed over the building. The effect of the ability stops when there are no more units in the building or when the limit of kills is reached. When used on a village, it halts production. So I guess what that means is you can have it infinitely available. You can have it infinitely on the battlefield until the kill limit is reached. So on level 5, the kill limit is 200. So it looks like you could have it. You could have it for basically forever until that kill limit is reached. So it's kind of like invincibility. You could have invincibility in your entire area. So I actually think that's actually pretty good. And the radius 1000 is pretty. That's pretty good. And deaths per second. That must refer to the building that you apply it to. How many times or how many units will die in that amount of time. So, you know, if you want to keep it indefinitely active until it reaches the kill limit, you got to keep feeding units into that village or that forge or that tower. So just a couple parameters there. And yeah, those are the abilities. So let's stop there and try to get into some games. So now let's get into playing with Grokk. I'm not going to be using any artifacts to play today. I am max tier 10, but again, I'm not going to be using any artifacts. And I also thought it would be a good idea to play in 4-way FFAs. So I was able to get some challenges here where I can only play 4-way FFA, and we're going to see how I do. Also, guys, if you're sick of seeing Grokk above me, smash that like button. That way we can remove him and we can put your advertisements there. Obviously, there'd have to be Mushroom Wars advertisements, but you know, if you smash that like button, we can change out Grokk for something. I don't know what exactly, but we can change him out. Hello. So we got 4 players here. And Sweaty Spammer being one of them. I don't know if I'm going to need any of my abilities here. The only one I feel like I might be able to use is my second. Like my first kind of useless in small troop count maps, because if you recall, it's about taking units, percentage of units from buildings. So in that case, what we need to do here is, well, I'll just use it and see. I did a mistap there, but see, like I only got like a couple units from there. Oh, actually, I forgot he has a scroll. Why would I go for that village? I don't know why I went for that village. It has a lot of units. It had a lot of units in there, and I just gave up on the forge there. That's gonna probably cost me if I can get it. Actually, if I can get it here. Yeah, actually, I was able to get the forge, so I still have a pretty good chance of winning this. If I can defend, and I can defend, so that's good. Have morale in my favor. So looks like he's waiting to use one of his abilities, and that makes me really nervous. Yep. So he uses one of his abilities. I'm gonna get my 4th soon, so that'll be good. Surprised he's not trying to attack the forge there. But I think I'll be able to get him. Oh, okay. Made a mistake there, but it's alright. Should be okay. I need another forge. That's what I need. I should have used my 4th. I don't know what I was thinking there. Now I kind of gave away my advantage. So, well, I kind of just killed off my 4th too. But I was able to stop his attack, so that was good. Just buying my time a little bit. He doesn't have... Oh, he does have a lot of units in there, and I just gave up a bunch more morale. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait it out. Use my... Although he's gonna get me again with his 5th ability. Yeah. So I'm not gonna be able to do too much here. Yeah, GG's. Just loaded in the queue, 4 players, a few golden artifacts. It's kind of a 1v1 4-way FFA, so I think I have a pretty good shot here doing this. Red is upgrading. I don't know why, but looks like I'll be able to get that building. Perfect. And now I have that side, so I should be able to create a pretty formidable base before I have to take out green here, because it looks like green's going to get that side. Yeah, blue just quits. Makes sense. Sorry, I was just waiting for the fire there. We're going to go in, and I'm going to use my slugs. It's not going to do too much. It makes a slowdown area, so he can't move his units in that area so much. So, looks like we're going to get our first win here, surprisingly. I should have used my first on that building that he was attacking. Oh, whoa, we had some connection issues there, looks like. But we're okay, we're doing okay. Fire's coming. And I used my 4th. I don't know what's going on. There's a little bit of some internet issues there. I don't know. Anyway, we're still gonna get it. We're still gonna get the W, but I wish some of my skills worked there, and I should have used my second. Maybe I said first. I should have used my second on that one building that he was attacking. But I didn't there. So we just loaded up again, and looks like we got some pretty good heroes. I don't know these players though. We're gonna load in. Kind of a little bit of a rush map. I'm just gonna play a little bit passively if I can. Maybe I shouldn't try to go for that forge, but looks like I can get it. I will be able to get it. I'm gonna use my first there, so I'll be able to get some units from red. But honestly, I should just stop painting the target on my back. I should just keep building up my production, actually. Makes the most sense. Makes the most sense, actually. So I'm just gonna try to buy my time. I got the buildings, so we're doing okay. Yeah, not gonna do too much damage there. I was trying to sneak around to get his other base, but I didn't send enough. And the tower was hitting, and he also has his 5th ability with the chickens, so I wasn't trying to do too much there. Just other than trying to buy my time. Oh, hello. So, opponent used his 3rd ability on Odor. And actually, I don't have any morale. I don't have any morale. So that's a problem. Come on, my Doo-doo-doo. Perfect. Yep. Perfect. I'll be able to take out red, probably. Yep. Let's see what I can do about green here in a second. So green's my arch nemesis here. I got the morale finally. I got that back. I guess my counter to any attack is the second ability. Yeah. Oh, that was perfect. The second ability, that second ability, man. It saves you. It saves you. The second ability is so good. Oh, actually, I wonder something. Against Stella's third, if it loses a level, does the Stella decrease production stay? Does it actually stay on the building? Or like does it go away after it downgrades one time? I feel like that's something I gotta figure out. Maybe not for this video, but that was definitely something I'm curious about. See what happens when that goes. Oh, maybe I can test it now. It looks like it disappears. It actually looks like it disappears. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Treason's my unit. Yep. All right. So, second win. That was a pretty good game. It's a hard-fought game. Red is what saved me. He had a big attack, and I was able to use my fourth. Who do we have? We have a Buggy, Mr. Wool Steel. He's going to rush me. He's going to be unsuccessful there. But he's still going to keep playing. And I'm just going to keep using my first on those 300 buildings. Because why not? Because why not? Honestly, like it just makes sense to do that. But he hasn't gone for the middle yet, so I'm gonna go for the middle here and just see what happens. Yeah, I'm able to time it perfectly, get that building from him. Really need a forge, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the forge there, and whatever he does is not gonna do too much. I have so much morale. And he steals a star from me, but it's not going to matter. And he gives up. Okay, so we got a win against a good player. Against Buggy. Let's see if we can get another one. So we're loading up again. Ooh, we get a rematch here. Rematch against Mr. Steel. And pretty standard openers here. I'm not doing too much, he's not doing too much. We're kind of just playing around a little bit. Oh, he's going for my forge. He's going for my forge. And he's gonna second me. He's not gonna second me. That was interesting. He should have seconded me there. He would have kept that. He would have kept that permanently. A little bit of a misstep from Mr. Steel. Woo Steel. I have morale advantage, so I just want to keep it by upgrading. But he can steal morale with his third, so I'm just kind of waiting him out. Here. He's trying to build up his troops, build up his morale as well. And it looks like he's gonna go for an attack here. Not going to be too successful, so I'm just going to do a quick counterattack. He's going to use his second, so now after those bombs disappear, I can do a quick counterattack, and I should be okay. I'm just going to keep my morale up. He has no more abilities to use, so all right, now I can go in. I can go in now. And use my I timed that horribly, so I lost my forge. But it doesn't matter too much. So I'm gonna use my second there so I can get some units back. Oh, and he got a perfect fourth there. That was a good fourth. That was a good fourth. Oh no, I misclicked the first for the third. I don't know why I did that. I'm playing horribly, man. I have blind. I'm blind. Blinder than a bat himself. Batman. Alright, so now we actually have a game because I threw it. I threw the first part of this back to Woo Steel here. But I'm just gonna let him give me a little bit of morale. And perfect. He does have all his abilities, so I'm just gonna do a quick attack on his forge. He's probably gonna bomb me though. Yep. Figures. But now what I can do, I can just go straight in for the kill. And we are able to get it. And I need it on the other village. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I did mess up there. We're just gonna keep going. I have the morale advantage. I'm gonna use his fourth, but it's not gonna be enough. I'm able to kill the units out faster. And voila. Perfect. And let's just use the fourth there so he can't escape. Or if he tries to escape, he's not gonna be able to. And yeah, let's just keep going.
Anyway guys, thanks for tuning into this mini Let's Play. If you liked the video, like the video. And also leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, as it's the best way to support this work that I'm doing with these videos. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and until then, keep mushrooming.